I didn't realize I had started asking myself what they would prefer before I even knew what I wanted anymore. It didn't feel dramatic at first, more like small adjustments in the background of my day, almost invisible unless I really paid attention. The kind of changes you only notice when you try to remember who you were before them and the picture doesn't come back clearly. Somewhere along the way, my choices started arriving second. Even simple things, like what to watch, what to eat, how to spend a free afternoon. They began forming around a question I never used to ask so often. Would this make them happy? Would this keep the peace? Would this feel right to them? And I didn't even notice when my own preferences stopped showing up with the same certainty. There's a strange silence that grows in you when you stop expressing small dislikes. At first it feels like maturity, like compromise, like being easy to love. But later it starts to feel like you're not really there in your own life. I would catch myself agreeing too quickly, laughing at things I didn't find funny, reshaping my reactions just to match the rhythm of someone else's comfort. Even my thoughts started to slow down around them, like I was constantly checking if what I was about to say would land safely, if it would be too much, too honest, too inconvenient. And without realizing it, I began editing myself in real time. Not because I was told to, but because I didn't want to feel the distance that sometimes follows honesty. What's harder to notice is how your identity starts to blur at the edges. The things that used to feel like me begin to feel optional. Hobbies fade quietly, not because someone takes them away, but because attention is always pulled somewhere else. And at some point, you realize you can't remember the last time you did something just because it belonged to you and not the relationship. There were moments I would feel uneasy when I wasn't needed, like stillness meant something was wrong, like silence meant I was being left behind. And I would reach for connection just to quiet that feeling, even when nothing was actually missing. I think the clearest sign, the one I didn't want to look at for a long time, was how unfamiliar I felt to myself when I was alone. Not lonely exactly, but unanchored, like I needed the reflection of someone else to know who I was supposed to be that day. And in that realization, there's no loud breaking point, just a quiet awareness that somewhere along the way, love stopped being something I moved through freely and became something I had to adjust myself around.